Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, just wanted to check in with y'all. I normally do a Friday check in. Just wanted to kind of remind you that Thanksgiving Day may be over, but the reality is, we're kind of entering that season of gratitude, and so often we forget that our life is pretty stinking good. I'm not going to sit here and defend 2020. It can do its own work. But the reality is, we've got a lot to be thankful for. I mean, I've got a lot to be thankful for. I've got my health. I've got my family. I've got the support team around me of people that know, love, and trust me. I've got the people there that have hired our companies. I've got the people that have invested in us. All of these things are great things that I am truly, truly thankful for. And, I can get deep in the weeds about how much I have to be thankful for, or I can just take that attitude of gratitude and apply it to my life. And I got to tell you guys, I've been through worse. I've definitely enjoyed some things a lot more than 2021. But the reality is that's not what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with real live scenarios. These are live fire drills, guys. And here we sit at the end of the day, looking back at what we could have had versus what we have. And the difference that is really going to be felt is what your attitude is. I want to take an example from my daughter. She inspires me so often sometimes, but lately she's had some life choices in front of her that she didn't really care for. And I watched as she processed that, and the closer she got to making the decision and showing up at her less of the two, the thing that she preferred the least of the two options she had, she began to realize that her attitude was all she could change in order to make that the reality and the positive that she wanted it to be. So as she got closer, she got more and more excited about what she could do with what she was going to have and the experience that she was going to have for the next 6 months and how she could process that in her life. And I got to tell you guys, I was impressed. She's 21 years old. And as I watched her, her attitude got more and more grateful for the opportunity that she was going to be able to partake in for the next 6 months, working where she was going to have a job, working where she was going to be trusted by people that believed in her skill set, knowing that she was going to experience things that she probably wasn't ever thinking in her life that were going to be on her plate to experience, and certainly wasn't part of her plan, minus 2020 changing our lives. But as she got closer to that, and as she made that determination that this is my best life, this is the one thing that I get to do today, this is the one thing that I get to be grateful for, this is the journey I get to embark on. I watched her attitude become one of gratitude for the opportunity that she had in front of her, even though it was her Thanksgiving away from family, even though it's going to be a Christmas away from family. She chose that, and she jumped on board with that, and she is making the best of that. When I spoke with her yesterday, she was definitely grateful for the opportunity she had. She missed the family. She missed Thanksgiving. Of course she did. But she had changed her attitude to become one that brought her joy through the circumstance, one that she chose to make the best of it. She chose what her experience was going to be. And so, guys, if she could do that at 21, I can do that at 48. I can look back at my life and I can say, you know what, there's so many things that I could have done different. So many better opportunities that I would have rather had happen in 2020. So many things that I did not plan for, that we did not have on our schedule. But through it all, we've been able to make the best of it. And I got to tell you, I have so much to be thankful for. And when I look at this next season, I can look at it with two sets of eyes. One, I can look at it that I can't wait to get done with 2020. My goodness, I can't wait for this to be in my rearview mirror. Or I can look at it as something that propels me forward, that says, hey, listen, 2020 has been a good year. It's been good for learning things. It's been good for regrouping. It's been good for solidifying our base. It's been good for our investors. It's been good for our clients. It's been good for our subcontractors. But that's only because we chose to execute as often as we could at the mark of perfection that we could attain. And we chose to do that consistently. We chose not to let the circumstances around us be the dictator of what was going on in our attitudes. See, guys, at the end of the day, you do have control of your attitude. You do have control of your gratitude. You do have the reality that it could be worse. It could be a whole lot worse. But the reality is you have control of that. So, guys, take control of that as you're going into this last season of the year. You're sitting there. You've got opportunities to bless people. You've got opportunities to be thankful with people. You've got opportunities to see the positive in everything. Choose to do that. See if in the last 6 weeks of this year, if that attitude doesn't change how you perceive what's going on around you. Doesn't make the world perfect. It's not rose-colored glasses. But it's choosing to look at it at the end of the day and identify what went right instead of dwelling on what went wrong. Because you can't change what went wrong, but you can choose to go through that with an awesome attitude, looking at what did go right and trying to capitalize on what went right. You know, there's so many things that we can better ourselves with by focusing on the right things and what did go right. So, guys, take this attitude of gratitude, take this Thanksgiving spirit, apply it to the rest of our year, and let's have a fantastic one. And while you're out there in the hustle and bustle of the shopping season, remember that everybody around you could use a little extra gratitude as well. So be kind, be thankful, be helpful, be good humans. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.